Gobert, a couple of free throws here with 7:50 left to go in the opening quarter. That one popped out. Back rim, front rim, back rim, and out. Tied at 6. I mentioned the 141st meeting between these two squads. Thunder have a healthy all-time series advantage. 92 wins to 48 losses. Well, much of that was racked up in the early stages of the Wolves franchise's history when OKC was in Seattle. Lou Dort, a wide-open look at a three, back irons it. And up high at the free throw line to pull it down. He pushes, then slips at the three-point line. Still able to get it off to Rudy Gobert. Now Randall dribbles into a straightaway three and hits. And Ant comes up flexing his right leg a little bit. He kind of, when he skidded to a stop, he may have lifted that foot up in the air and kind of hyperextended the knee a little bit. But he looks to be all right. The lob inside is finished off by Isaiah Hartenstein. Cason Wallace set him up. And Hartenstein able to flush it. 10-8 Timberwolves find themselves in front. First turnover of the night. Ant got his pass deflected inside. Here comes Holmgren on the run. He turns it over. Randall comes away with the ball. Now DiVincenzo crossing midcourt. Right to left across your radio in the Association Whites. Randall against Wallace. Beats a baseline. Runs it up off the glass. No. Rudy with a rebound with one hand. Kicks it out to Dante. Left angle three. It's short. Rebound out to McDaniels. Jaden now finds DiVincenzo under the basket. Pivots. And kicks out to McDaniels in the corner, sets himself, fires and hits. Second three of the night for Jaden McDaniels. He's red hot to start. He's got 8 points, and the Timberwolves now lead the Thunder 13-8. 5-point lead, 6:32 left to go in the opening quarter. We step aside from OKC on the Minnesota Timberwolves. In that one, they've won 9 straight games, and they've won those games by an average of 22.3 points. And in 6 of those 9 games, they've led by 30 or more. They have dominated the competition. We approach the 7 o'clock hour here in the Central Time Zone. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification all across the Minnesota Timberwolves radio network. Executive producer Cal Soderquist. I'm Alan Horton. Our engineer Britt Lockhart. Our statistician Super Dave handling our studio coordinators Alex Leibold and Ben Haney. Glad you're along with us on our flagship, the iHeartRadio app, Timberwolves mobile app, network. Along the baseline, Isaiah Hartenstein rocked the rim so hard. He had an alley-oop earlier. I tell you what, we know who to send the bill to if we have to get that mic repaired. Here's Anthony Edwards around a screen by Rudy. He'll pop on a three. Missed it long off the back iron. Again, Ant back-to-back 40-point games. SGA feeds Hartenstein. This time he just lays it in off the glass and a much better result. 13-10. Timberwolves lead is 3. Wolves have started the game shooting 4 of 11. Thunder not much better, 5 of 12. Around the Rudy screen, Ant with it up top. He'll take a run on Hartenstein and kick out to the left wing. Randall up fakes the three, drives, drops it back out. Edwards in the corner, missed it. Ant has not taken a lot of corner threes this year. He just does not have the opportunity much. He's now 1 for 6 on those shots. Here's SGA in on Rudy, able to ride his body and scoop it up with the left hand and score it for 2. Impressive finish. And that's how you do it when you're 6'6" and you're going up against a 7'1" defender that loves to block shots like Rudy Gobert. 13-12, Thunder have climbed to within 1. Edwards wing left, working on Chet Holmgren. One-on-one, pump fake, got him in the air and draws the foul. Ant will go to the free throw line. For how many shots? I think he may have stepped forward. Jonathan Sterling is going to check to see whether it's 2 or 3. It is 2. It's been a nice addition by the NBA the last couple of years. They don't have to have the officials stop the game, go to the table, put on a headset, figure out if it's 2 or 3. The official will just put his hand up. He'll look to the official scorer who's in contact with New Jersey and get the answer. 2, 3. So Naz Reid and Mike Conley come into the game. Dante DiVincenzo and Rudy Gobert take a seat. Starting lineup. A +2 so far. And could be a +3 with Ant's free throw. We give them credit for being on the floor. And Ant circles that free throw out. Edwards shooting 83% now, getting to the free throw line 7 times a game. Wolves with only 1 turnover so far. Thunder have 2, and the Wolves have turned those both into points. Williams to a cutting Wallace, and he dunks it through for 2. So it's not J-Dub, it's J-Will, the other Jalen Williams. He's getting an opportunity now in his 4th season out of Arkansas. Randall, mid-range jumper off the back iron. No, not a lot of ball movement on that possession. SGA the rebound. Up the center of the floor with the game tied at 14. J-Will takes the feed from SGA. Drives, kicks to the corner. Wallace up fakes. Ant stays on his feet. Now SGA against McDaniels. High screen by J-Dub. Now Naz is on SGA. 5 to shoot. J-Dub drives, and I should say J-Will drives and finishes off the glass for 2. Thunder were patient. They used all the shot clock. Randall takes a run down the lane. Kicks to the corner. Here's Edwards. Ant long baseline. Drives, finish. Got it on the reverse. Anthony Edwards, his first field goal of the night. He's got 3 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist. Here's Dort off the Holmgren screen. Goes down the lane, a whistle. And a foul called against Julius Randle. That's a first against Randle. It's sideline out of bounds. I'm not sure that's worth a... Well, and the Timberwolves are going to call a timeout, and they're going to challenge that call. Jonathan Sterling made it. And so we've got our second timeout of the quarter. 3:36 left to go in the opening frame. We're tied at 16. Wolves and Thunder on the Timberwolves.
in OKC.
All right, Cal, thank you. 3:36 left to go, opening quarter, tied at 16, and the Wolves win their challenge. Clean steal by Julius Randle, and the Wolves had imminent possession, which means the call is overturned. Wolves have it right to left, and they've got a lineup that includes Mike Conley and Jalen Clark in the backcourt with Anthony Edwards, Julius Randle, and Naz Reid up front. Meanwhile, A.J. Mitchell is on the floor, Alex Caruso, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Jay Will, Jalen Williams, and Lou Dort, the five for the Thunder. Wolves right to left here. Randle into the paint. Out to Naz Reid. Naz with a couple of dribbles. He'll run it up there with the right hand. The shot, no. Rebound tap toward the corner. It's deflected out of bounds. Diving into the crowd there. Is that Lou Dort? I don't worry too much. No, it's Jay Will. This pass got deflected by Naz Reid, so this will be... Oh, they've called a foul on Naz Reid. And Naz had one hand out and his other hand on the back of Jay Will. 3:11 left to go, opening quarter. A.J. Mitchell sets up Williams up top. Jay Will with a handoff to Gilgeous-Alexander, who works off a screen left side, spins on Naz Reid, splits two. His pass to the corner deflected. It's out of bounds. And this is going to be Timberwolves basketball. Kenrich Williams going to check into the game. And that seems to make the crowd here very happy. Kenrich Williams has not played in a game this season. So the Wolves bring it up here. Mike Conley with it. Off a Julius Randle screen. Bounce pass back to Randle. At the elbow. He up fakes on Jay Will. Then bangs away to the baseline. He'll run it up. No. Late whistle. And a foul against Jay Will, which will send Randle to the free throw line for two shots. Our officiating crew here tonight. Important game. Josh Tiven, the crew chief, in his 16th NBA season. Dedrick Taylor is in his 12th year as a referee. I should say 12th year as an NBA official. He's the referee tonight. And Jonathan Sterling is in his 9th year. And he is the umpire. Timberwolves have missed another free throw. They are 3 of 7 at the free throw line tonight. Thunder going into a Miami set off the free throw, which means you push two players all the way to the other end of the floor in opposite corners. 2 free throws missed by Randle. Now here's SGA with space to operate. Front court sets up Caruso. Corner 3 is good. I mean, that's why you have that Miami set. It's something the Wolves used to do a lot of. But you get a rebound, quickly hit ahead, and it was a 3-on-2, which can't happen after a made free throw, or I should say a missed free throw. 19-16 in favor of OKC. First 3 of the night for the Thunder. Randle with it up top, a jab step. Now one dribble to his right, and he'll fire offline on the 3, and Kenrich Williams has the rebound. Jay Will to Caruso. Caruso's not a big scorer. He makes his name and money on the defensive end. Here's Shai at the elbow. He'll rise and hit. Jalen Clark has that assignment right now with Jaden McDaniels off the floor. 21-16, 5-point Thunder lead. It's their largest advantage of the game. Edwards with it up top, off a Randle screen. And now decides to attack with the left hand. Spins in the paint to Clark in the corner. Jalen bottled up. Now Conley with 2 to shoot. Has to hoist. It's off iron. No. Rebound in the corner. Out of bounds. It's Thunder basketball. So 1:31 to go in the quarter. Gobert back in. Julius Randle will take a seat. A little 5-0 burst here by the Thunder in a very defensive opening quarter. A.J. Mitchell. Now Jay Will. Caruso's going to fire again. In and out, no. And Gobert secures the rebound. Rudy with his 4th rebound so far. 21-16. Wolves -1 on the glass. Being out-rebounded 9-8 so far. Edwards up top against SGA. 1-on-1. Pump fakes from 18. Steps through. Runs it up with the right hand. No. Ant's got his own rebound. Goes back up. Could have scored at the rim, but he drew the foul on Kenrich Williams. So Edwards will go to the free throw line where he split a pair just a few minutes ago. Tonight's injury report brought to you by Mayo Clinic, your source for medical answers. You know where to go. Mayo Clinic. Timberwolves do come in healthy here tonight as Ant back irons a free throw, and the Wolves are 3 of 9 at the charity stripe. They got TJ Shannon back after the 9-game absence with a bone bruise in his left foot. He was out for 3 weeks. Ant sinks the second free throw. It snaps the 5-0 Thunder run. It makes this a 4-point game with 55 seconds left to go first quarter. A.J. Mitchell will bring it up now in his second season. Just another one of these talented, defensive-minded players that Mark Dagnall brings off the bench. SGA sets up Jay Will for a 3 on the left side, and he cans it. 24-17. 8-1. Thunder run. Conley off the Edwards screen. Drives in, now kicks to the corner. Clark lines up the 3, missed it long, and the rebound to Kenrich Williams. 24 seconds left to go in the opening quarter. SGA gets across the timeline with a second to spare. He's met by Jalen Clark. 1 second differential, game clock, shot clock. Timberwolves do have a foul to give. Here's SGA down the lane, runs it up too strong off the glass. He thought he got fouled. Here's Nas with it, 3 seconds left. He'll hoist on a deep 3. He had way more time. Now the horn sounds after Jay Will secures the rebound. Wolves did not get off a very good shot at the end of the quarter. And they now trail the Thunder by a score of 24-17. That possession battle.
This team wins the possession battle almost every single night, sometimes by an average of 15 shots, or 15 possessions, that is. So they don't turn it over, and they generate turnovers at a high level, and they're roundabout number 1 in each category, so that creates a big spread. got to mitigate that spread. When we've done so, we've actually been able to control a lot of the games against these guys, but then we'll go through a patch where we might turn it over 4 or 5 times in 7 or 8 possessions, and the game will swing, and then they make you pay.
Yeah, Thunder do make you pay. They are number 1 in the NBA in turnover differential, and what that is that's taking what the other team turns it over versus your turnovers. They end up winning that battle. Plus 5.3 turnovers per game. That's 5.3 possessions per game more they're getting because they force you into turnovers and they don't turn it over. That margin is the exact same as it was last year. Rudy misses inside to begin the second quarter. Hartenstein rips down the rebound. Here's Caruso on the move up the left wing. Joe handoff. It's A.J. Mitchell met by Conley up top. Mitchell crosses over. Got a step on Conley. He floats up a shot in the lane. It's no good. Rudy's got the rebound. Good outlet to DiVincenzo. Dante funnels it to Rudy. He'll swing it to the corner, and that is picked off, but a whistle stops play, and a blocking foul is called against the Thunder. Isaiah Joe picks it up. Isaiah Joe jumped in front of Gobert before he could make that pass to the corner. But the Thunder plus 5.3 turnovers this year. Last year they were number 1 at that same number, and number 1 the year before that, only 3.0, plus 3.0. Right off the inbound, an illegal screen on Rudy Gobert. Rudy commits his 8th offensive foul of the year. Timberwolves have committed the 7th most offensive fouls in the league, 36. Updated to the minute. That goes down as the second turnover on Minnesota. So far, so good in taking care of the ball. There's A.J. Mitchell on a drive. Wild shot at the rim. No. And the Wolves defense holds their own. And now a whistle. And a foul against Rudy. And Dedrick Taylor says they want to look at this to see if it might be a flagrant foul. Hartenstein is down inside. Mike Conley steps in front of Rudy Gobert, who's pretty animated and pretty heated right now. Now, Rudy's gotten into it with Kenrich Williams before. It was a few seasons ago. Hartenstein goes down there. Gobert swings his arm. I'm not sure if he makes contact. Hartenstein certainly acted as if he got...
Foul on Gobert, followed by a potential hostile act, which is under review.
So they've called the foul on Gobert. Now they're going to look at it to see if it gets elevated to a flagrant. I think Rudy was upset about something and then sort of just swung his arm wildly. And, man, you do that under the basket, fighting for a defensive rebound, you're going to hit somebody. And if it's not one of your teammates, it's going to be the opponent. But my question is, does he actually hit the nose of Hartenstein? I don't think there's a whole lot in that, but Hartenstein acted as if he got hit in the head with a 2x4. I mean, I think it just grazes his... So I think it's a reckless swing by Rudy Gobert, but the result is not much of contact, very minimal contact. So I'll be interested to see how the officials kind of mitigate that. Either way, it's going to be the third personal foul on Rudy Gobert, and that is not good news for the Timberwolves or their defense. Because when Rudy Gobert is on the floor, the Wolves have a 106 defensive rating. That would be the number 2 defense in the NBA. When he goes off the floor, that defensive rating drops to a very poor 122 points per 100 possessions. That would rank toward the bottom of the league. I can give you the exact number if you really want to know. Yeah, that'd be 29th in the league. And so if he's picked up his third, Rudy'd be done for the half. Right now, Josh Tiven is explaining it to Chris Finch. Rudy is trying to say, hey, he grabbed me first.
Hartenstein in the nose, and that will be assessed a technical foul. The loose ball foul that was called on Gobert is being challenged by Minnesota with this timeout.
So I think Chris Finch realizes how important having Rudy Gobert on the floor is. Now they're going to challenge whether or not there was actual contact there. So this is the second and final challenge that the Wolves have. Chris Finch seems pretty calm and talking to Jonathan Sterling here. So now the officials go back on the headset. And with this challenge, we have a timeout. We'll step aside here from Oklahoma City. It's 24-17 in favor of the Thunder on the Timberwolves Radio Network.
No matter who you are or what you do, there's a Ford.
Officials did not answer the question about whether Hartenstein got hit in the face, but they saw a foul proximate to the play and called a loose ball foul on Isaiah Hartenstein. But the technical foul still stands. Isaiah Joe takes the technical, hits it, and the Thunder lead by 8. The Wolves were not happy with the result of that in the sense that what did Rudy Gobert get a technical for if he did not hit Hartenstein, who overacted that play? Conley down the lane floater up and in with the right hand. It's 25-19. As the two teams came back on the floor waiting to get back underway, Dante came up to his former teammate and jolted backwards, imitating the flopping of Hartenstein on that play. Rudy rips down a rebound as Isaiah Joe misses a left wing three. 6-point deficit to make up. So Rudy does not pick up his third personal foul. Far side of the floor. Naz Reid stepped out of bounds, and I believe this will be a delay of game warning against Minnesota. They would not give the ball back. So the Wolves are now 15-5 on their challenges this year, but they don't have a challenge the rest of the game. Delay of game is their 11th of the season. They continue to rise the ranks in that category. Led the league in that category last year. Into the paint, it's A.J. Mitchell. He'll pull up and sink the 12-footer. 27-19. Timberwolves are shooting just 29% in this game, and they turn it over. It's an offensive foul. Is that against Rudy? No. Dante picks up the foul. DiVincenzo his first. Turnovers starting to come a little fast and furious here. The Wolves had one in the opening frame. They've got three here in the opening 2 minutes. And now Dante picks up his second, another foul. A.J. Mitchell. Wolves with a lineup right now of Conley and DiVincenzo in the backcourt with McDaniels, Reed, and Gobert up front. Rudy and Nas a +3 net rating when they're on the floor together. Caruso, right wing three. No. Rudy rips down the weak side rebound. 8 rebounds for the big man. Conley with it, right wing, off the big screen by Gobert. Floater by Mike, off back iron into the waiting arms of Isaiah Hartenstein. Here come the Thunder left to right. Hartenstein, give and go. Isaiah Joe to the rim, and he'll softly dunk it through for 2. So a 10-point Thunder lead with 9:30 left to go here in this first half of play. Thunder have now had a 10-point lead or larger in 16 of their 19 games. And the Wolves pass nearly stolen, goes out of bounds. And with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander off the floor, along with Anthony Edwards. This is when the Thunder they don't get better overall. SGA's got the best net rating of any player in the NBA, +22 when he's on the floor. But the Thunder get better defensively when he's off the floor. And the Wolves are starting to feel that right now. Nas Reed, good pump fake. Moves to his left, fires at the buzzer. It's in and out, no. And Kenrich Williams has the rebound. Timberwolves shooting 27% and 3 of 12 from distance. Kenrich Williams crossing over on Dillingham into the paint. Off balance leaner, off the heel, no. And the rebound collected by Dante DiVincenzo. Then he runs into Kenrich Williams, who was caught in a bad way. And no discussion about a possible take foul, transition take foul. So the Wolves will get it in the backcourt. Rob Dillingham, some minutes here in the second quarter. Chris Finch joined us on the tip-off show, talked about some of the dilemmas he's facing with everybody healthy once again. Trying to get Rob minutes, TJ minutes, Jalen Clark minutes, along with Nas Reed and Mike Conley. Dillingham couldn't hit the layup driving down the right side of the lane. And here come the Thunder back the other way, and as missed layups often do, they lead to trouble at the other end. Hartenstein fouled at the rim. McDaniels picks it up, and Hartenstein will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. 10-point Thunder lead with 8:32 left to go here in the first half. Timberwolves basketball brought to you in part by U.S. Bank. U.S. Bank is proud to be the official bank of the Timberwolves. And by Sezzle, 4-point play in the NBA, that's hard. Splitting your next Wolves purchase into 4 interest-free installments with Sezzle, that would be easy. Download the Sezzle app today. Terms and conditions apply. Sezzle, the official jersey patch sponsor of the Wolves. Anthony Edwards back in. 8:32 left to go. He played the opening 12 minutes. Only scored 4 points. He's averaging 7 first-quarter points per game. Ant's big quarter has been the third. He's number 2 in the NBA in third-quarter scoring. The guy he's playing, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, is number 1. Down by 11 here, Ant with it up top. A.J. Mitchell is on him. Here comes Rob Dillingham to set the screen. Mitchell fights through that. Now Ant is double. Dillingham left alone. He'll lock it on the left angle 3 and hit it. Jumps into that one, his 5th made 3 of the season. 5 of 17 from distance. Wolves hit just their 4th triple of the game. 30-22. Left side, Mitchell controls. Caruso now with it. Off to Isaiah Joe. Joe against Dillingham. A.J. Mitchell inside. Chet Holmgren splits 2. Layup no good. And the rebound to Anthony Edwards. So the Wolves down by 8. On the move here. Nas Reed to the corner. It's Rob Dillingham. Rob tries to penetrate baseline. Cut off. Circles back out. Bounce pass to Anthony Edwards. Ant takes a run on Caruso into the paint. Lost the ball, but a reach-in foul. And that will be Timberwolves basketball. Sideline out of bounds. Julius Randle is going to get back in the game. Well, they say Ant's going to be at the free throw line. The 4th team foul on the Thunder. And now Mark Daigneault comes onto the floor, and they will challenge that call. 7:26 left to go in the first half. 8-point Thunder lead. You're listening to Timberwolves basketball on the Minnesota Timberwolves Radio Network.
NBA fans, the race.
Right now with a 20-point advantage, and in Miami, Bucks and Heat going back and forth late in the first half. Miami's got a 6-point edge. Back to Allen in Oklahoma City.
All right, Cal. The good news is between the two teams, we're down to only one challenge left, so hopefully the pace of play is increased here the rest of the way. Thunder win their challenge, so no free throws for Edwards. However, the imminent possession came back to Anthony Edwards, and so it's Timberwolves basketball, far side. Wolves will maintain possession. No foul is called. Shot clock will not get recycled, so it's at 7. Wolves have to be aware of that. They've got Dillingham, Randall, McDaniels, and Reed. Rob in the corner with 5. Brings it back out up top. It's guarded by Isaiah Joe. There's 1 to shoot, and Randall has to hoist. He doesn't get off in time. I mean, just awful recognition of the shot clock. You have to look at the shot clock. Timberwolves with another turnover. That's their 5th. Their 4th here in the quarter. Chet Holmgren with it up top. Spins on Nasri. Out it comes to A.J. Mitchell. Mitchell's been playing a ton of minutes here. Holmgren to the baseline. Tough, too. He drops it in. He's guarded by Edwards there. Forced him into a difficult shot, but Holmgren's so tall at 7'1", and he gets that release point up even higher over his head. Here's Ant, takes a run on Mitchell. Runs into Caruso. There's plenty of contact there. And Ant goes down in a heap. He gets helped back up by Naz Reid. And Caruso picks up his first foul. Ant took a bunch of contact in the Sacramento game. He's already taken a brunt of contact here in the OKC game. T.J. Shannon to the scorer's table. We will check in for the first time tonight. 6:43 left to go in the second quarter. Here comes that man, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. SGA has been able to average 32 points a game, third most in the NBA, in only 33 minutes of play. It's because the Thunder have been absolutely dominant this year. 17-1, and they've had a 20-point lead or larger in 13 of the first 18. Ant's now 4 of 6 at the free throw line. He's got 6 points. Wolves are down by 8 despite missing 12 of their last 15 shots. SGA off the J. Will screen. Against Randall, SGA will pull him out to the perimeter. He'll fire on a 3. It's short, and McDaniels and J. Will tied up battling for the rebound. McDaniels was face guarding him, and Jaden is calling for the foul. That's going to be his second. Thunder will trigger in here from left to right. The orange statement edition jerseys. Bump to the mid post, fading on the jumper. SGA comes up short. McDaniels triggers the fast break to Rob Dillingham, who drives and scores. Knifing his way through traffic. Got space to float it up with the right hand. He banks it in for 2. First field goal of the game for Rob Dillingham. He's got 3 points off the bench. Wolves within 2 possessions. Jalen Williams, the one out of Arkansas, is passed to the wing, deflected by Julius Randle, and a whistle and a foul. And that will send Jay Will to the free throw line for 2 shots. Chris Finch immediately put his hands on his head and kind of quickly snapped back toward the Wolves bench, his body, because he knows that's a foul that just can't be committed there. You can't do these things against a really good team like OKC and expect to win games. You can't not recognize the shot clock is at 7 when you've had a full timeout to realize that it's at 7. And here you can't foul on the perimeter on a simple perimeter pass with the shot clock winding down. And you've done a really good job of holding the Thunder to difficult shot making so far. The Wolves defense, like I said, has been second best over the last couple of weeks. And then you just gift 2 points to them at the free throw line. And they've been able to hit their free throws. Thunder are 4-5 at the line. The Wolves are just 6 of 12. I mean, this is a 2-point game if the Wolves hit all their free throws. Floater in the lane for Rob Dillingham. He went off the wrong foot and put it up there from 10 feet out. It popped out. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander against Shannon by him to the cup. Shot rejected by Edwards, who came over to help. Comes off the glass. The Wolves have numbers. Randall, handoff, Shannon to the rim. He packs it through with the left hand. An emphatic finish by TJ. Welcome back. 34-28. Wolves bench up on their feet. Jay Will to Holmgren down the lane. Shot off the glass. No good. Rebound tapped around. Ant saves it. McDaniels has it. Now cross court with 5 to go here. Ant up the center of the floor. Surveys the scene. He's picked up by Dort. Big bad Lou Dort. Here's Randall working against Jay Will. Spins in the paint. Puts up the shot off front rim. Randall battling on the boards. Got the rebound. Pump fakes. Goes back up. Didn't get the shot, but he got the foul. Randall to the free throw line for 2. Julius 0 for 2 at the stripe so far tonight. Well, the block, I think they got Anthony Edwards on that block. I have to see what they put it down as. Yeah, maybe not. But the defensive help from Edwards helping TJ Shannon against SGA forced the miss, and then the Wolves capitalize in transition, and that's the power and energy that TJ Shannon brings. That felt like he had a little pent-up frustration to take out on the rim. So Randall hits both here. He's now 2 of 4 at the line. He's only shot 1 of 7 from the field. Wolves still shooting at even 30%, but they're within 4. SGA up top gets away from McDaniels, drives in on Randall. Good contest by Randall, and he rips down the rebound. Julius up in the front court, off to McDaniels. Jaden drives, back to Julius. Wide open look at a 3. Off front rim, no. Boy, that would have been big. Julius 41% on his wide open 3s this year. Could have made it a 1-point game. SGA with it, attacks to the nail. Out to Jay Will, left side. He drives in, off balance. Leaner shot, no, as he hit the deck. 5-on-4, back the other way again. Shannon to the cup. Doesn't get the lay-in, but he drew the foul. He just attacked SGA at the rim and gets rewarded with a pair of free throws. 34-30, the Wolves can climb to within 2 here with 4 or 5 to go in the first half. Fans, Thanksgiving weekend is packed with Timberwolves basketball. Saturday, it's the Celtics. Sunday, it's the Spurs. 2 nights, 2 big matchups. Get your tickets for both games at Timberwolves.com. That's Timberwolves.com. Next 2 home games. Then the Wolves go right back on the road for 2. At New Orleans for both. Shannon's free throw, no good. Wolves have left 7 points at the free throw line. Kind of important in a 4-point game. Hartenstein replaces Holmgren on the floor. TJ's second free throw is good. So he is now 6 of 9 on his free throws this season. So Caruso will initiate the offense. SGA flares out to the right corner, right in front of the Wolves bench. High post to Hartenstein, picked off by Randall. Off to McDaniels, who then threw it up ahead to Edwards, but threw it behind him. It's out of bounds and a turnover. Jalen Clark comes in, Jaden McDaniels out. Missed free throws and turnovers here in the second quarter. Just really hurting the cause for the Wolves. 5 turnovers in the quarter. SGA snakes his way around the Hartenstein screen. He's got Randall against him. Free throw line extended. Jumper is good. So SGA now 4 of 10 from the field. He's got 8 points. Ant now with it. Crosses over on Caruso. Pops on a 3 of his own. It's offline. The rebound out of bounds. It'll stay Timberwolves basketball. So the Wolves have Dillingham and Clark in the backcourt with Edwards, Shannon, and Randall up front. So again, some more minutes with Reed and Gobert on the bench, and only one of the big 3 up front on the floor at one time. Ant going to work on Dort, spins, now dumps it off inside. Shannon the layup. Great find by Edwards, who registers his 3rd assist of the half. And the Wolves have climbed to within 3 to make this a 1-possession game. SGA against Clark, stops at the elbow, crosses over to the left hand, goes in the paint, runs it up, and hits it off the glass. Patient play by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got 10 points. Here's Dillingham, left side, driving layup. That's no good. It was contested at the rim by SGA and Hartenstein. Now Wallace on the move, back the other way, runs it up on TJ Shannon, who did not do a good job of contesting on that shot attempt. And all of a sudden, the Thunder lead by 7. 2:35 left to go here in the first half. Edwards up the center of the floor. They'll angle to his left with a left-handed dribble. Into the paint. Defense collapses. Kick-out pass. Out of bounds. Now, Ant wants a challenge, but the Wolves don't have a challenge left. And Dedrick Taylor's going to come over and say that that ball got deflected. And it will be Timberwolves basketball. Now, the Thunder could challenge that if they wanted to. Wolves will have 8 on the shot clock. Comes into Clark, and it's out of bounds. Hartenstein knocked down Clark on that jump ball. The Wolves are fortunate to maintain possession. 2:22 to go in the half. It's 40-33. Thunder by 7. Randall inside, out to Clark up top. He puts on the deck and travels. Six turnovers in the quarter. Caruso brings it up for the Thunder, who are 17-1. They've won 9 straight. SGA off the Hartenstein screen into the paint. Frees himself, rises, and hits the 10-footer. SGA up to 12 points. He had 6 in the first. He's got 6 more in the second. Dillingham, wild shot in the paint, no good. Trying to make something happen when it's not there. SGA is on the move back the other way. Just shoves Edwards out of the way. Reverse layup. No good, but a whistle and a foul. Gilgeous-Alexander made something out of nothing there. See, the difference is that Rob kind of spun himself into a wild shot, whereas SGA, he's got more size and strength than Dillingham. 6'6", 200 pounds, 8th year out of the University of Kentucky. And he's able to fight himself and spin himself and work himself into situations where he can either score or draw the foul. Dillingham immediately comes out of the game. DiVincenzo back in. 1:44 to go in the quarter. Ten-point Thunder lead for the second time tonight. And he hits a pair. That matches the largest lead of the game for OKC. They're up 11. 1:40 left with DiVincenzo and Clark, Shannon, Randall, and Edwards. And gets a screen from Randall. Runs to the left side of the floor. Trapped along the baseline. Dumps it into the paint to Randall. Out to Shannon. Up fake the three. Drives in. Finger roll at the cup is there for TJ Shannon. Remember, TJ had some good games against the Thunder last year. In fact, there was a game at Target Center against OKC. If I'm remembering it right, it was TJ Shannon that went down. Actually, maybe it could have been Jalen Clark. Both those guys had important roles. 3 balls up and in for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Just like that, he's exploded for 17 points. He's got 11 in the quarter, and really 11 in the last 6 minutes. Edwards to the corner, and Shannon. He'll line up the 3 ball and hit. Well, he got a couple of shots at the rim, found his rhythm, now knocks down the 3 ball. That's his first of the night. He's got 10 points off the Wolves bench. And the Wolves desperately need scoring off their bench, especially when Naz Reid has not scored in 10 minutes. To the corner, Dort. Quick catch and shoot 3. No. The Wolves have the rebound as TJ Shannon who pulls it down. Down by 9. 30 seconds left to go. Here's Edwards wing left. Inside Clark. Kicks it back out. Shannon who moves it to DiVincenzo in the corner. Dante tries to drive, and he's fouled by Caruso. And that will be free throws for Dante DiVincenzo. Caruso, his second foul. And Dante to the free throw line, where he's shooting 87% this season. Career best for Dante, getting there 3 times a game on average. That's also a career high. First one's up and in. Rudy's back in. Randall is out. And Mark Dagnall, a Leominster, Massachusetts native, will go with A.J. Mitchell for Alex Caruso, and Chet Holmgren will replace Isaiah Hartenstein. And the Wolves aren't done substituting either. They're going to get Jaden McDaniels on the floor for TJ Shannon. TJ gets a tap on the backside from head coach Chris Finch. 10 points, 4 of 4 shooting for TJ Shannon. Second free throw, no good. Dante 1 out of 2. Wolves are 10 out of 18 at the free throw line in a game they trail by 8. Shot clock goes dark. Neither team with a foul to give. A.J. Mitchell with it, and a whistle and a foul. SGA came up to set the screen, and Jalen Clark just bulldozed him. Ran him right over. Now SGA goes down awfully easily there. There's no question about that. In fact, he doesn't come set on that play. That is not a great call. That's either got to be a non-call or an offensive foul against SGA. He's not set when he sets that screen. 9 seconds left to go in the half. Gilgeous-Alexander does not miss free throw attempts. 90% at the free throw line. He gets there 9 times a game, which is the 4th highest total in the NBA. A couple of years ago, he had a 30, 50, 90 game. One of only 2 in NBA history. That's where you average 30 or more points, shoot 50% or better from the field, and 90% or better at the free throw line. He and Steph Curry, the only 2 to do it. Dillingham with it up top. 3 seconds to go. Now with 2. On a run into the paint. Got stripped. Got it back out to DiVincenzo. He'll fire at the buzzer. It's an air ball. And the Wolves will head to the half down 10. 49-39. TJ Shannon paces the way for the Wolves with 10. 19 for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He had 13 of those in the final 6 minutes of the second quarter. At the half, here at the Paycom Center in Oklahoma City, it's the Thunder who lead the Timberwolves 49-39.
gotta use. Now every day, every night, every moment with you, I'm walking on air. And every day, every way, I feel I can't lose. I wanna shout it out, ain't no limit. I wanna shout it out to the world. You got me all worked up, got me spinning. I'm crazy for love, crazy for love, crazy for
Appreciate it. Good luck second half. Wolves down by 10. Joe Ingles always causing problems. Man, just a thorn in everybody's side. I mean, Jeff was literally two hands on Joe, fending him off while answering that question. You would have had no idea. Just smooth. All right, third quarters. You know, when you break down the Thunder, it's amazing looking at this team when you put all the numbers together. They're so good in so many different areas. And I like to look at their quarter rankings. They're the third best first quarter team. They're the third best second quarter team. They're number 1 in third quarters, and they're number 10 in fourth quarters. But that hardly matters because they're blowing people out, so those fourth quarters tend not to matter as much. But in third quarters, they are outscoring teams by almost 7.5 points per quarter. That is a huge margin. And the Wolves have to be aware of that and be on point here in the third. No slow starts to the second half. Edwards with it, left side. Against Chet Holmgren, frees himself with a pull-up jumper, missed it long. Randall's got the rebound. That ball hit the rim. Finally, the whistle sounds. They're going to give the ball back to Minnesota, but how's the scores table missed that? It clanged off the rim. We can hear it from up here. Even though Isaiah Hartenstein tried his best to break that microphone in that first half, he won't be able to do it in the second half because he's going to the other end of the floor. Wolves have it. Left to right. Randall bumps, now fades on the jumper. Shot no. DiVincenzo offensive rebound. Now Randall baseline drive. Pass deflected and turned over. 10-point Thunder lead. Here's Holmgren with it right side. Quick crossover on McDaniels. Gets down low to the block. Terminates the dribble and lobs it back out. SGA. He's got 19 points. 13 of those came in the final 3.5 minutes of the second quarter. One-on-one against Edwards. Left side. Spin move to the elbow. Got stripped. Got it back. Top of the key. Has to hoist and hit just before the shot clock expired. Desperation shot by SGA, and it went right in. Here's Dante. He puts it right in as he blows by SGA. Right side of the rim. DiVincenzo, his first field goal of the game. The Wolves put up a season low in points and a half with 39. Nobody with more than 8 in that starting lineup. TJ led the team in scoring with 10 off the bench. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, another kick ball for Jaden McDaniels. Wolves are second in the league in kickballs. And Jaden now with his 6th kickball of the season. I asked him about it on this road trip. He had no idea. He led the league in that category last year. Didn't know he did it more than anybody else. I asked him if he has any soccer background growing up. He's like, nope. You know, he just tries to get a hand to it, and if he can't, well, then he's going to get the foot out. Wolves force a miss. Here is McDaniel. Steps through in the paint, rises and draws the foul. Cason Wallace picks it up. And the Wolves will go to the free throw line. See if Jaden can get things going. 10 of 18 shooting at the free throw line in the first half. Wolves missed 8 free throws in a game they're down by 10. Kind of important. They had 1 turnover in the first quarter. They had 6 in the second quarter. Jade brings some calmness to the free throw line. Swishes the first. You know, SGA was fascinating in that second quarter. He checked in with about 6:40 left to go in the first half. Jaden hits a second. It's an 8-point game. Then SGA missed 5 straight shots. But then he went 4 for 4 over the final 3:37 and ended up with 13 points. He can score quick. Holmgren misses a left side 3, and the Wolves have the rebound. Here's Ant up in the front court. Picked up by Dort. Gets by him, got bumped, hit the deck, and a whistle and a foul. Not in the act of shooting, but it'll be the second team foul against the Thunder. And Lou Dort picks up his second. Thunder have 4 players, no 5 with 2 fouls each. And the Wolves have 4 players. Here's Ant with it, drifting up top around a Rudy screen. Pops on the 3, no. It's off iron into the waiting arms of Chet Holmgren, the 7-footer out of Minneapolis, Minnehaha Academy. SGA works to the right side. McDaniels on him. Pocket pass. Holmgren underneath the Hartenstein. Hanging out in the dunker's spot, and he rocks the rim for 2. SGA to Holmgren to Hartenstein. 53-43, 10-point lead. Dante, free throw line. Pull-up jumper is good. Just finding space. Dante DiVincenzo. He's got himself 4 of his 5 points here in the third quarter. SGA off the Hartenstein screen. Bounce it back blindly to Hartenstein. Just got through that pass did. Hartenstein missed the floater. Wolves back the other way, throw it away. Can't have those turnovers in transition. Alley-oop back the other way. And Ant blocks Hartenstein's shot on the alley-oop, but the Wolves don't have a challenge remaining. 2 free throws coming up. Ant picks up his first foul. I mean, Jaden's got to be better with the basketball. You can't do that against this team. He secured the rebound, turned, and at the top of the key, his own top of the key, kind of lofted it to beyond midcourt along the wing. And any pass that doesn't have some purpose and some zip on it, a direct line, it's getting picked off. I mean, Thunder are too good. They average 11 steals per game, number 1 in the NBA. 1 out of 2 for Hartenstein. 54-45. It's a palindrome, and the Wolves are on the wrong side of it. And quickly into the paint. He's got 2 on him. Steps through. Sets up Randall in the corner. 3 ball is good. Julius Randall knocks down the corner 3. It's his second triple of the night, and the Wolves are now within 6. Wolves 6 of 18 on their triples. And it's just a couple of things that the Wolves have to do as SGA gets around Randall, runs it up over Rudy. Shot no, and Ant's got the rebound. Terrific defensive work. Julius with it, right side. He'll drive. Josh it off to McDaniels. Now back to Randall. Randall against Wallace. Quick move, baseline, pump fake, rises off glass. No, foul on Holmgren. Randall to the stripe for 2. But you get the feeling if the Wolves are going to pull off this win tonight, they've got to start hitting some threes. They can't shoot 6 of 18, 33%. They've got to get up over 40%. They've got to have some volume to that. The turnovers have to stay low. More like the first quarter, only 1 turnover, than the second quarter, 6 turnovers. And with the way the free throw shooting is going, I don't know that we can hope for a good performance at the stripe in the second half. The Wolves are now 12 of 21 at the free throw line, 57%. Those are 2 big areas, turnovers and threes. One out of 2 for Randall, 54-49. The Wolves are down by 5. They've trailed by as many as 11. Check that. Down by as many as 12. Here's SGA with it up top. The number 1 scorer in the NBA in third quarter. Sets up Holmgren inside, out to the corner. Jay Will, his 3 ball is halfway down. It's spun out. And the Thunder are 3 of 13 on their threes so far. 4 gone, 8 left to play third quarter. And around the Rudy screen, steps through on 2 defenders, runs it up with the left hand and rolls around and drops in. 2 more for Anthony Edwards. He's got 8 points. He's 2 of 8 from the field. But when you play the Thunder, you have to be in the mindset, you know what? We're going to miss shots. You have to battle through that. And you know the Thunder are going to go on runs. You have to be able to absorb those. Randall pulls down a defensive rebound. Tried to feed it to Dante on the run that just wasn't there. Poor decision. Turnover. Just those opportunities. Mark Dagnall will settle things down by calling a timeout. 7:27 left to go in the third. 3-point game. Thunder 50. side, the West Group A. So the Wolves, despite shooting themselves in the foot with a number of different issues, are within 3 here, and they are on the defensive end of the floor with their starting 5 still out there. Cason Wallace with it against DiVincenzo. Drives in, sandwiched between 2 defenders. He came down with it, and a jump ball will be called. I don't know that Dante actually tied up Wallace there, but so Cason Wallace at 6'4" against Dante at 6. The Wolves control 54-51. Ant with it up top. He's had to work hard for his 8 points, 5 boards, 5 assists. Pulls up on a straightaway 3 and hits it! Tied at 54 with 7 to play in the third. Ant with his first 3 of the night. He's 1 of 5 from distance. His pull-up 3 is just 35% on the season. And he takes the 3rd most in the league. Inside, it's knocked away from Jay Will. It's out of bounds. It's going to be Timberwolves basketball. Jaden McDaniels comes back to take the inbound. Now he'll race up into the front court. A chance for the lead. Edwards around the McDaniels screen. Drives in. Kicks out. Dante in the corner. 3-ball. Missed it long. Rebounds loose, and Jay Will's got it for the Thunder. So the Thunder have the ball and a chance to retake the lead. Wolves' last lead was midway through the first quarter. SGA down the lane. Banks it in for 2. Just runs it up over Dante DiVincenzo. 21 now. Nope, 23 for SGA. Edwards around the Gobert screen. Snakes his way into the paint. Rises up off glass. No. But contact from SGA. And that'll be number 2 on Gilgeous-Alexander. So Ant will go to the free throw line for 2 shots. Fans, Timberwolves basketball is brought to you in part by Travel South Dakota. If you call yourself an explorer, now's the time to get out there and get lost somewhere you haven't found yet. Plan your next best adventure today at TravelSouthDakota.com. Naz Reid in. We'll see if Nazo can get on track. He played 10 minutes in the opening half, did not score, did not grab a rebound. It was a -10. There's some tough bench numbers for the Wolves. Mike Conley was a -12 in 7.5 minutes. Jalen Clark was a -14 in 7 minutes. Terrence Shannon, even with those 10 points, was net neutral. SGA, wing left. Game tied at 56. His pass up top deflected, but is tracked down. The Thunder maintain control. It's A.J. Mitchell with speed down the lane. His layup was too strong. Rudy Gobert collects the rebound. The 11th of the game for Rudy. He's 10th in the league in that category. Edwards hunting, top of the key, backs it out. He's got Wallace on him. Quick crossover to his left, back to his right. Pulls up. Long 2, no. Off the back iron, 3-on-2, back the other way. Wallace feeds it off to Dort, drives in, layup no. Offensive rebound, Wallace. Out it comes to A.J. Mitchell. Now Gilgeous-Alexander takes a drive into the paint, bottled up. Wolves playing catch-up. The open man is Dort in the corner. 3-ball splashes home. Everything got out of whack because of the long 2 missed by Ant. The Wolves were able to do a good job in at least hounding. And now we get a whistle that stops play at midcourt. And Josh Tiven has a foul on Cason Wallace. Yeah, Wallace picks up his 3rd foul, just coming up the floor. But Jonathan Sterling came over and was talking to an NBA official in the tunnel. And now some ushers are kind of pointing toward the crowd. If there's something that happened, either something that was said, perhaps. Edwards ends up at the free throw line. He's now 7 of 9 tonight. Rebound after the miss. Rudy had it, lost it out of bounds. It's going to stay Timberwolves basketball. So the Wolves down by 2 here now with 5 to go in the third. And in the corner, got stripped by SGA. They went into a pump fake, and SGA read it perfectly, reached out the right hand, knocked it free. Turnover on Minnesota. Quick crossover, SGA into the paint, out to the right wing. Here's Wallace, and he buries the three. The 5th three of the game for the OKC Thunder. Timeout, Minnesota. 4:48 left to go in the third. And Jaden McDaniels, after the whistle, just fired up the ball from midcourt, like lobbing it. Not even trying to shoot it at the rim, I don't think. And he either got called for a technical foul or a delay of game, which would be the second delay of game, which would be a technical. So the Thunder will have a free throw when we come back. Timeout.
Again, you know, the trend is now to start to play bigger lineups and two bigs. The overall trend towards playing bigger in the league is something that's real, and it's Houston is taking it to an extreme.
And you might recall these two teams met in the first round of last year's postseason, Golden State prevailing in 7 games. This update brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Let's go places. Back to the Paycom Center.
Well, it was not the second delay of game, Cal. It was a straight-out technical foul on Jaden McDaniels, who's now out of the game. SGA hits the free throw, gifting him his 24th point. Wolves now down by 6 with 4:45 left to go in the third. You just can't lose your composure in those moments. Those little things add up, and the Wolves are just costing themselves. Naz Reid, left side three on the way. That's short. Rudy with an offensive rebound. Back out to Mike Conley, wing left. He'll work off the Rudy screen. He'll pop on a three. That's off the heel, no, and Jay Will has a rebound. Gilgeous-Alexander had 6 in the opening quarter. He's got 18 in the last 2. He jukes on TJ at the elbow, pulls up on the jumper and hits it. Well, he's in some kind of rhythm now. He's 10 of his last 16. With 10-4-16, he's got 26 points. Wolves find themselves down by 8. Nas off the Rudy screen, down the lane, goes back to Rudy, and he got fouled. Rich Williams picks it up. Nope, it's A.J. Mitchell. Free throws for Rudy Gobert at the free throw line. Mike Conley talked after shoot-around today. He talked about, hey, despite how these last 2 games have gone, there is a lot of time left and a chance for the Wolves to be a better team going forward.
You know, we've got a long road to go. We're not the team that we're going to be in April. And we just got to continue to build the consistent habits so that we understand that we'll get there if we continue to just lock in on the small details and the easy plays and the things that can make us a better team going forward. And necessarily mean the result will happen tonight or tomorrow night, but you just have to stay consistent with that mindset. And I think that's what we did last season to get us out of it.
The small things, the small details. Did I hear Mike Conley say that? That's what the Wolves have just thrown away tonight. Down the lane, Jay Will fouled by Rudy Gobert, who picks up his 3rd. Gobert hit 1 out of 2 at the free throw line. That's 65-58. You know, and I would put a handful of the turnovers. So Wolves have had 10 turnovers in the last quarter and a half now. You know, you just can't. You're going to turn it over more than a few times against this Thunder team. There's no way you don't have at least 10 turnovers. But it's the ones you can control that you have to limit. And already the Wolves have had 3 or 4 of those that were easily fixable and on their end, not something that OKC caused. Jay Will hits a pair of free throws. It's 9 the difference right now. 67-58. Conley up into the front court. Here's Rudy Gobert, guarded by Jalen Williams. The J Will, not the J Dub, who's out tonight. SGA bumps Ant by the timeline. Off to Naz Reid. He takes a run on Dort, throws up a wild shot as he's heading to the floor. Here come the Thunder on the push. 3-on-3 basketball. SGA against Ant. Got bodied to his right. Throws up the shot. No. Foul on Ant will be his 2nd. SGA perfect at the free throw line. He has a chance to put the Thunder up by 11. Every time the Wolves work their way back, they get so close, and then the Thunder just whoop, whoop, whoop. 3 different stretches. Maybe even 4, it feels like. Have just put a little stretch together and gotten some separation. Three-time All-Star, 3-time All-NBA. Not just 3-time All-NBA, but 3-time first-team All-NBA. For Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, each of the last 3 years. It appears he's on his way to finishing in the top 5 in scoring for the 4th consecutive season. 2 years ago, 4th, 31 points a game. Now, 3 years ago, 4th, 31 points a game. 2 years ago, 3rd in the league in scoring, 30 points a game. Last year, number 1, 33 a game. This year, 3rd highest, 32 a game. 1 out of 2 at the free throw line. 10-point Thunder lead. TJ, quick crossover, drives in, kick out to Nuttons. Now to the angle. Ant catch and shoot opportunity, buries it. That's where Edwards can get going. A catch and shoot 3. He's shooting 46% on those shots. His 2nd triple tonight. He's got 17. The Wolves are down by 7. There's one of those 3s I was talking about. Dort's going to miss this one. It's in and out, and the Wolves have the rebound. TJ Shannon waits for Ant to get across the timeline. Edwards surveys the scene. He's got A.J. Mitchell on him. 1-on-1 up top. Bounce past Shannon. He'll take a run, and then to the corner. Nas. 3 ball would be big, and he splashes it home in the corner. And now a whistle as Dort and Randall got tangled up. The officials immediately jump in. Now let's see how they adjudicate this. And they're going to call a loose ball foul against the Thunder, and it's going to be a possible 4-point play for the Wolves. I think they're going to get Lou Dort on this. Caruso will come in. And the Wolves have a chance for their 2nd 4-point play of the season. They've had 2 opportunities. And they've cashed in once. and had a traditional 4-point play, meaning he got fouled while hitting a three. There was another one where the Wolves hit a three, may have been Ant again, and Rudy got fouled away from the play. And Randall cashes in on the free throw after the Naz Reid three. So the Wolves have their second 4-point play of the season. Well, you want to talk about big plays that can help when you're playing a 17-1 team, getting 4 points on a possession. That's being efficient. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander to Hartenstein on the roll. Out to Caruso in the corner. Three ball is no good. It's way short. Caruso cold, just coming off the bench. He's 1 of 4 from deep. Edwards with it. 2:19 to play in the third. Rises up. Free throw line in and out. No tip follow. Randall, that wouldn't drop. Gilgeous-Alexander with the rebound. Here's A.J. Mitchell on the move against Naz Reid. Runs up the shot. It drops in for 2. That's a terrific finish with a ton of speed over Naz Reid. 70-65. Naz trying to answer a drive here to the corner, and Shannon Conley passes up a good shot for a great shot for Randall. No. And a whistle and a foul against the Thunder battling for the rebound. Naz hit the deck hard. Edwards helps him back up. SGA called for the foul. He just rode Naz Reid right out of the play. Actually, that should go against Wallace. Oh, he grabbed him by the arm. Yeah. SGA picks it up. Naz Reid to the free throw line for 2 shots. First trip to the stripe tonight for Naz Reid with 1:53 to go in the third. Wolves hanging around. Now down by 4. 70-66. Well, we played the Thunder a lot, especially here in Oklahoma City over the last 2 years, considering these two matched up in the Western Conference Finals. And some of the sound effects they play in the arena really start to grate on you after a while. 2 free throws good. Nicely done, Naz Reid. Maybe he's the answer. He and Jaden McDaniels, 4 for 4 at the stripe. Everybody else is 16 for 27. SGA down the lane, took some contact, moves up the shot. What a slam follow for Isaiah Hartenstein. He soared in. That was a reverse slam. Naz looking to answer. Driving layup is good. 72-69, 1 possession game. Right side, Caruso. Kenrich Williams feeds Hartenstein. They want to get it to SGA. Now the lob inside, over the shoulder catch for Mitchell. His layup, no, but a whistle and a foul. And that play did not involve SGA at all. Chris Finch looked particularly upset after that. That's probably a pass that the Wolves should have done a better job of defending. And A.J. Mitchell misses a free throw. Thunder are 13 of 17 at the free throw line, so they're shooting 77%. The Wolves 20 of 31. That's 65%. One out of 2 for A.J. Mitchell. Played his college ball at the University of California, Santa Barbara. Here's T.J. Shannon. Baseline right. Got shoved out of bounds by SGA. And the pass to the corner, and they call a turnover on the Timberwolves. Man, that's what SGA does to every opponent he faces, but he's the one initiating that contact. This time he just rides T.J. Shannon out of bounds. We had a clear angle from up here. That's a foul. The officials miss it. Or they want to reward SGA and not a lesser player like T.J. Shannon. Driving layup is good for A.J. Mitchell at the other end. Here's Shannon on the move. Goes right by SGA and drives in for the layup. Well, Jeff Newton said T.J. Shannon's game matches perfectly to go up against the Oklahoma City Thunder, and I think we can see why. 12 points, 5 of 5 shooting, 1 of 1 from deep. 75-71, Thunder by 4. SGA just inside of midcourt. SGA looking at the clock. He gets a Hartenstein screen. Looking to drive, cut off by Randall. Top of the key, free throw line. Now the step back, the jumper's good. And he went exactly where he wanted and when he wanted. Now the Thunder get the 2 for 1. There's a 7-second differential, game clock and shot clock. playing the possession game. Caruso with a rebound with 5 seconds left. Caruso bounce pass up ahead. It's Hartenstein. He traveled, no call. Oh, and a late whistle and a foul. You've got to be kidding me. That's a huge call by Jonathan Sterling, the umpire, who sees a foul when I think Hartenstein, A, traveled with it, and B, just lost the ball. The Wolves do not have a challenge. Boy, when Mike Conley hops up and down and shows you how angry he is, that tells you everything. He takes 3 steps there. And then on the shot attempt, Mike is just furious. It should be 2 shots. Oh, that's clean by Naz Reid. He hits the top of the ball. What are you looking at, Jonathan Sterling? That's a horrendous call. 78-71. My goodness. He's had a couple of calls overturned with challenges tonight. 1 out of 2 at the free throw line. We go to the fourth quarter. Thunder lead by 7, 78-71 on the Minnesota Timberwolves. Been gifted 16 points. 16 points for a team that's, shooting 46%, 5 of 18 from deep. The Wolves defense is good enough to win this game, but not when you turn it over and give Oklahoma City extra possessions. Right now, the Thunder have taken 5 more shots than the Timberwolves have, but the Wolves have 11 more free throw attempts. By the way, the ESPN replay of that Hartenstein shot towards the end of the third quarter was just an absolutely atrocious call by Jonathan Sterling. I mean, as bad as it gets. Naz comes from over the top and just grazes the ball as he's trying to shoot it. No way there's a foul there. And like I said, 4/10 of a second on the shot clock. So only 4/10 of a second here. The Wolves must have a stop. Trying to create something to get it to Isaiah Joe. I don't think he gets it off in time. A corner three that rims off, and the Wolves will take control. Down by 7, 11:35 left to play in the fourth quarter. Timberwolves basketball tonight brought to you in part by U.S. Bank. Proud to be the official bank of the Timberwolves. And by Eclipse. Want to arrive at a Timberwolves game in your very own limo? Just contact Eclipse Transportation. You can make reservations by going to eclipsecars.com. Gobert on a handoff. It's Rob Dillingham. Turning the corner. Top of the key. In the paint. Stops and drops it back out for DiVincenzo. Dante surveys the scene. 6 to shoot. Sets up Dillingham. Now off to Naz Reid, who bangs away with Caruso. Backs him down. Splits 2. Up with a jump hook. Too strong. It popped out. Naz got the rebound and the putback. Naz Reid sticks with it and cashes in for 2. That's his third field goal of the night. He's up to 9 points. Here's a drive. A.J. Mitchell. Couldn't get it to drop, but he drew the contact. We'll get a T.J. Shannon on the foul. This is his second. All 9 of Naz's points have come here in the third quarter. And A.J. Mitchell will go to the free throw line. Short on the first free throw attempt. Thunder are downright stingy in the paint. They're outscoring the Wolves tonight 36-22. Thunder are number 2 in the league in preventing shots at the rim and number 1 in defending shots at the rim. That is a nasty combination. 79-73, Wolves down by 6. They've got it with Dillingham, Shannon, Reed, DiVincenzo, and Gobert. Naz posting up left side, sees a double, up top to Shannon. He'll fire on a 3 and hit again. T.J. Shannon can't miss. 6 for 6 from the field, 2 of 2 from distance. He's got 15 points off the bench, and the Wolves are within 3, 79-76. Mitchell bumped baseline. Dangerous cross-court pass. Isaiah Joe's got it. Into the paint. Back to Mitchell. He'll up fake the 3. He'll drive into the paint. He'll put it back to Joe where he just was and missed the corner 3. Timberwolves have a chance to tie with a triple. 10:15 left to go in the ball game. Terrific action tonight. Here's Dante nearly stripped on the handoff by Rob Dillingham. Now Dante over the top of a Gobert screen. Back up top, Robbie fumbled it, lost it, got it back. Still 7 to shoot. No time to panic. To the free throw line. Rob spins. Jumper on the way. No good. Rebound loose on the floor. And Chet Holmgren dives for it. TJ jumps on top of him. And a timeout is called. Was there any possession there? They said Chet had possession. Josh Tiven. Chris Finch all the way out on the floor to argue. Timeout on the floor. 9:52 left to play in this one. It's been heated tonight. 79-76, Thunder by 3 on the Timberwolves Radio Network.
When it comes to watching the game, it's always
to snap a 2-game losing streak. Thunder have it right to left. Caruso races up the floor, hounded by Dante DiVincenzo. Now A.J. Mitchell with it up top. Rejects the screen by Isaiah Joe. Swings it to Joe, who drives in, runs it up with the left hand and got it. Isaiah Joe comes off the bench. Just one of those guys that Mark Daigneault can turn to. And they haven't had the services of J-Dub this season, and they're missing Aaron Wiggins as well. Dillingham's got it up in the front court with 9:20 left to play. He takes a run into the paint out to DiVincenzo. Fires on a 3 and drops it in. Dante, after missing his first 3 from deep, connects and makes this a 2-point game. 81-79. Timberwolves have hit 6 of 10 from beyond the arc in the second half. Lob inside. Chet Holmgren with the catch and the reverse lay-in. A.J. Mitchell set him up. Thunder back up by 4. 2 more paint points for the Thunder. Dillingham off the Gobert screen, left side. Snakes his way to the nail, out to T.J. Shannon in the corner. He'll hoist on a 3 and knock it down again. T.J. Shannon is having his best game of the season. He's up to 18 points. He's 3 of 3 from deep. He's 7 of 7 from the free throw line. Dillingham blew up a pick and roll, going for the steal. Instead, he ran to the body of A.J. Mitchell. A rare, quiet moment here in Oklahoma City. Let's all enjoy this. Isaiah Joe will trigger in. A.J. Mitchell comes to. Off a Holmgren screen, back to Chet up top. He pump fakes the 3. Rudy wasn't buying it. Now he'll line it up and hit it. Wow. He would have thought he got knocked out of rhythm there. But Chet Holmgren comes up with a clutch 3. 86-82. Wolves are back down by 2 possessions. Dillingham takes a run into the paint. He'll run it up over to Holmgren. Tough shot. He didn't get it, but he got hit to the floor. He draws the foul. 2 shots coming up for Rob Dillingham. So a season high by far and away for T.J. Shannon. He played the opening 7 games of the season. He played pretty well in Portland, but couldn't duplicate that success in his next 6 games. And then missed 9 games with a foot injury. Had a quiet game against Sacramento, scoreless in 7 minutes. But tonight, 15 minutes, 18 points. Dillingham goes 1 out of 2 at the free throw line. The Wolves are still leaving so many points at the free throw line. They've left 12 points at the free throw line in a game they trail by 3. Wolves will zone up here. We'll see how that affects OKC. It's knocked away, and Isaiah Joe was the last to touch it out of bounds. A rare Oklahoma City turnover, their 9th of the game. DiVincenzo with it off the Rudy screen to the corner in Naz Reid. Naz starts to back down his man. Isaiah Joe comes across the paint, dumps it off for Rudy. Reverse slam. He drops it in. The hammer by Rudy Gobert. Naz Reid picks up the dime. He's playing sensational. Caruso goes up high and down hard. Didn't get the shot, but he fell flat on his back, and the crowd is upset. Thunder bench wants the officials to look at this for a possible flagrant foul. Caruso was driving in. Rudy was coming back. And they are going to look at this.
We'll look at the foul on Gobert to see if it meets the criteria for a flagrant foul.
So it's the second time they're looking at a Rudy Gobert play to see if it might reach the category of a flagrant foul. I mean, he's going up to contest it. I don't know. In this day and age, they probably look at how hard the fall was and how scary it was that they probably say it's a flagrant foul. I'm not sure it is, though. Fans, it's time to go crazy. Purple Rain Pack is back. Pick any 3 City Edition games, save over single game pricing, and you get playoff presale access. Visit Timberwolves.com to plan your playlist today. It's the Purple Rain Pack. Those are the City Edition games with the City Edition jersey and the City Edition court. So Caruso's drive, he couldn't get the finish. I mean, he's going for the ball there, and Rudy almost gets it. He makes a play on the ball. I just don't think this is a flagrant foul. We've had so many challenges and reviews that's really killed the momentum of this game.
On review, there is wind-up, impact, and follow-through by Gobert to a vulnerable airborne player with potential for injury. The play is being upgraded to a flagrant foul, penalty 1. With 2 free throws for Caruso. Oklahoma City ball, free throw line with 24.
I mean, is Rudy not supposed to contest that shot? What do you want him to do? Wind up, follow through, extension, potential for injury. There's a potential for injury on every play. Like, I just don't know what Rudy's supposed to do to protect the rim on that play. He probably should have been in better position, but he was caught up high. He's going back to protect the rim. He's going for the ball. I mean, unfortunately, he's a big guy, and the guy he's going up against is a little guy. So it's 2 shots and possession. Guess that's just the world we're living in. And the quicker we come to terms with that, the happier we're going to be. Still not happy, though. Two free throws good. The Wolves are down by 3, and the Thunder have possession. And that's why I keep harping on the little things, because in this type of a game, these little things matter a ton. Holmgren with it up top. He'll take a run on Rudy to the mid-post. Pump fake, spins. Now he'll go up for the shot. It's short. It's an air ball. And Anthony Edwards back in the game. He's got it. And with it, quick crossover off the Rudy screen. He's going to pop on a 3. That is large. Tie game, 88 apiece. Edwards, 20. His third 3 of the night. And here comes Shea to the scorer's table. A.J. Mitchell gets free, drives to the cup and rocks the rim with 2 hands. 90-88. Edwards picked up by Dort, crossing midcourt with 6:45 to play. Shannon wing right back to Edwards. Edwards, 20 points, 7 boards, 5 dimes, 1-on-1 against Dort. Between the legs, sidesteps to his right, fires on the 3. It's offline. The rebound. Nas had good position, but just mistimed the jump. There's Mitchell back the other way. Driving layup is up and in. He went 1-on-2 and scored it. 4 points. Thunder lead. Rudy drops it back. Here's Edwards. Pulls up on the left side. 3 and banked it in. Oh, the bank's always open. Even on a late Wednesday night on the night before Thanksgiving for Anthony Edwards. Big time shot by a big time player. 92-91. Here's A.J. Mitchell. Got free. Driving layup. No. But he got fouled by T.J. Shannon. T.J.'s had trouble keeping defenders in front of him tonight. And A.J. Mitchell's going to the free throw line for 2 shots. Gosh, I'm looking at some replays of A.J. Mitchell, just attacking 1-on-2. And the Wolves just gave him a little bit too much space to gather that ball and attack the rim. Like, if Edwards just steps up a little bit, Mitchell is going to hightail it out of there. He's not going to attack the rim because he won't have the steps necessary or the space necessary to gather the ball, get his steps in, and launch himself to the rim. Mitchell misses the free throw. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is back on the floor. SGA is a +6 tonight, which means they're a -5 with him off the floor. (93-91). The Thunder lead by 2. Actually, +4 with him off, -4 with him off the floor. Here's Edwards around the Randall screen. Back to Julius up top. He up fakes the 3, drives into the paint, sets up Nas in the corner. 3 ball is good. Nas Reed with 3 more. 12 points all in the second half for Nas Reed. Timberwolves have the lead for the first time since the opening quarter. A.J. Mitchell lobbed inside to Hartenstein. He brings down the house. 1-point Thunder lead. 5.5 left to go. Here's Ant running away from Wallace. Down the right side of the lane. Stops, steps through, kicks out. Nearly threw it away. McDaniel saves it to DiVincenzo. Dante over his shoulder. Jaden with it. McDaniels, mid-post, turnaround jumper, short. Rebound, SGA's got it. He got flattened. Sandwiched between McDaniels and DiVincenzo. They made an SGA sandwich with a little spicy mustard and mayo, lettuce, tomato, and onion on that one. Oh, the Wolves are in the penalty, so free throws for Gilgeous-Alexander. So the Wolves, they have to be so careful here in the fourth. You're going to commit some fouls, but you can't have the cheap ones because you're in the penalty. You've got no margin for error. Any kind of ticky-tack foul is going to cost you, especially when SGA is shooting free throws. He's 7 out of 8 at the line. He's got 30 points for the 11th time in the last 12 meetings against Minnesota. It's just automatic. He hits the second one as well. He leads the league in 30-point games. He now has 16 in the 19 games that the Thunder have played. He was number 1 in the league last year, and the year before that, and the year before that. Edwards with it, up top against A.J. Mitchell. 7 to shoot. And one-on-one here. Gets to the top of the key, pulls up on a deep 2, and drops it in. 25 for Edwards. That's a high degree of difficulty. And again, the last time he missed a deep 2, it was a fast break the other way. You miss that shot, you're in trouble. Here's SGA down the lane. Twists, turns, draws a foul. Thunder players want a goaltend. Free throws coming up for SGA. So they'll hit 2, and the Wolves will be down by 3. So with SGA at the free throw line, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the Minnesota Timberwolves radio network. Along with studio host and executive producer Cal Soderquist, I'm Alan Horton from the Paycom Center here in Oklahoma City. Our engineer is the one and only Britt Lockhart. Our studio coordinators are Alex Leibolt and Ben Haney. Butch Hobson, our statistician here in the second half. Glad you're along with us on the iHeartRadio app, Timberwolves app, SiriusXM satellite radio, and the Wolves radio network. Edwards off the high screen, drives in, got stripped. Thunder are pushing it back the other way. They're up by 3. SGA steps through, kicks out to the corner. A.J. Mitchell launches the 3. It's short. Rebound tapped out. Ant's got it. On the move up into the front court. Edwards splits 2 defenders. Reverse layup. He got it. Boy, he thought he got fouled, too. The whole bench was in an uproar. Ant hopping up and down, angry. Edwards up to 27 points. 8 rebounds, 5 assists. Gilgeous-Alexander off the Hartenstein screen. Oh, pump fake got Ant in the air. And SGA just leans in a little bit and draws that contact. So tough. So tough. You just can't fall for his pump fakes. Free throw's good. SGA's got himself 34. Edwards picks up his 3rd. It's that sound effect. Dun, 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 dun. It's right out of the Jetsons or something. Sound effect was tiresome back when the Jetsons was on air in the 70s and 80s. It's 2025. Jeez. PA announcer getting into the timeout. 101-98. Wolves down by a possession with 3:54 left to go in the fourth quarter. We step aside on the Minnesota Timberwolves radio network.
Looking to shoot your shot?
They will await the result of Friday's matchup between the Knicks and Bucks, who are each 2-1 at the moment. So that group still to be decided. Could see a similar scenario for the Timberwolves if they pull off the win here in Oklahoma City. And as we get you back to Alan Horton and at the Paycom Center, a quick Google search indicated this is the Jetsons doorbell sound effect. So I'm not sure what they're referencing. Someone at the door, I guess?
Someone's checking in. They do it when someone checks in at the scores table, so I guess that you're entering a door into someone's home. It's a very similar effect. It's just probably modernized a little bit, but I mean, you hear it a couple thousand times, it starts to become rather annoying. All right, Cal, thank you. 3:54 left to go in the fourth quarter. Timberwolves down by 3, but they've got possession of the ball, and they've got in the hands of Anthony Edwards. 27 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists. He's been masterful tonight. Randall, left side. Here's DiVincenzo to tie the game, and he drains it. Dante turns and yells something to the crowd over there on the far side. The Wolves and Thunder knotted at 101. Here's SGA, runs away from a screen set by Hartenstein. Down the lane, out to Dort. Looking to answer, in and out, no on the 3. Offensive rebound, Hartenstein. That shot, no. Holmgren the rebound. He lost it. Now he's on his backside. He's got it, and a timeout is called by Oklahoma City. 3:18 left to play in the game. We're tied at 101. We're back in 30 seconds all across the Timberwolves radio network. The shot clock for Minnesota. Case and Wallace looking to trigger in, gets the right to Dort in the corner, pops on the 3, no good. The weak side rebound. Julius Randle has it for the Wolves. And now the Timberwolves call a timeout. It's a use it or lose it timeout, and it comes with 3:08 remaining. And what I mean by that is once that clock goes under 3 minutes, that timeout just magically evaporates. It disappears. It never existed. And you'd have 2 left. So the Wolves, who have been playing their starters some big minutes here in the second half, will call the timeout. They'll use it instead of losing it. 101, 3:08 left to play. Wolves fans, bring your pack to the game with the family meal deal presented by Tony's. With this deal, you can get a ticket, a meal, and a drink to select Wolves games this season. Get this deal for you and your family at timberwolves.com/family. timberwolves.com/family. So in clutch time this season, while both these teams have played second fewest in the NBA, OKC is 5-1. They won both their first 2 games of the season in double overtime. Home to Houston, at Indiana. And then they've basically been dominating for almost all of their games from that point out. And like I mentioned, the Wolves have gone 4 straight close games now. They've lost the last 2 in dramatic fashion. Well, they've had 1 fourth quarter lead so far tonight. Actually, they had the lead a couple of times. They led 94-93 at the last moment. Maybe that was the only lead. Timberwolves have it up in the front court. It's poked away from DiVincenzo. SGA races to the rim and lays it in. A turnover at the game's biggest moment so far. Now the Wolves are down by 2, 103-101. Jaden lobs it to McDaniels. It's poked away from behind. It's back-to-back turnovers out of the timeout. 2:40 left to play. Thunder with the ball and a 2-point lead. SGA on the run, gets by Rudy to the corner, and Dort up top, threw it away, although Hartenstein backtracks and scoops it up. Gilgeous-Alexander gets it back with McDaniels on him, 7 to shoot. Around a screen, SGA top of the key to the corner. Cason Wallace lines up the 3-ball, missed it. Rebound tapped around, Dort tries to save it. It goes out of bounds. It's Timberwolves basketball. Boy, Dante took a big shoulder-to-shoulder collision with Lou Dort. Dort is 225 pounds. It looks like a fullback. Wolves have it in the front court, down by 2. Can they get a shot off? They've turned it over 2 straight times down the floor. Edwards, they get the ball in his hands. He's guarded by Wallace. He's holding out by midcourt. Bounce pass to Randall. Straddling the 3-point line, Randall surveys the scene. Spots Ant, left side. Tries to run, cut off by Wallace. That's a foul. Thunder commit the foul. It's only their second of the quarter, and this one comes with 2:04 left, so the Thunder will still have a foul to give once we reach under 2 minutes. DiVincenzo, Edwards, Gobert, McDaniels, and Randall starting 5 out there. Rudy's got the inbound with 10 on the shot clock. Off to McDaniels up top. Jaden with a right-handed dribble, crosses over, top of the key, pull-up jumper off the back iron, no. Rudy battling for the rebound, and a whistle stops play, and a foul against the Thunder. Chet Holmgren picks up the foul. I think Rudy was able to draw that, and the Wolves, they'll have it sideline out of bounds. Settling for a Jaden McDaniels pull-up top of the key jumper is not what you need. Ant's got it. At the elbow, rises up over Wallace, comes up short on the shot, and the Wolves are now 0 for 2 with 2 turnovers in their last 4 possessions. SGA with it. Up top, he got switched on to Julius Randle. Here comes McDaniels on the double. He'll kick out to Holmgren right side. The 3-ball circles out, and McDaniels has the rebound. Timberwolves escape damage. Here's Ant up the center of the floor. Down by 2. Sets up DiVincenzo right side. He'll put on the deck into the paint to Randall. Catch and shoot 3 on the way. Missed it way long. And now a loose ball foul. And this is again going to go against the Thunder. My goodness. And this will send Rudy Gobert to the free throw line for 2 shots. Rudy is 3 of 6 on his free throws tonight. He's shooting 51% in the season. The Wolves trail by 2. Clutch time free throws. No good. Rudy's 0 for 2 in clutch time on free throw attempts this season. Last year, Rudy shot 55% at the free throw line in clutch time. He missed them both. Rebound to Holmgren. He's fouled by McDaniels. Jaden can't do that. That's free throws for the OKC. He picks up his 4th. That's immaterial. The free throws that are coming up for Chet Holmgren are of paramount importance. I mean, Jaden fouled him as if, like, the game was over. Like, well, I guess I'll just extend it by fouling him. I mean, you have to recognize time and score. Free throw is good. I mean, since it was tied at 101, the Wolves have gone 0 for 3 shooting, 0 for 2 at the free throw line with 2 turnovers. very similar numbers to what we saw down the stretch against Phoenix and down the stretch against Sacramento. Second free throw is good. Wolves are now down by 2 possessions. There's 75 seconds left to play. Ant speeds up into the front court. He's picked up by Cason Wallace. Crosses over to the left hand, gets to the top of the key. Now to Rudy, right back to Ant, hunting for space. He rises up, tough three, and he dropped it in over Isaiah Hartenstein. What a shot by Edwards. It's a 1-point game with 1:01 left to play. And Jonathan Sterling stops the game. They want to check to see if it's a 2 or 3. I don't think there's any doubt that it's a 3. 105-104. Mark Daignault tried to call sort of a de facto timeout and draw up a play. What a shot by Edwards, biggest of the night. Under a minute left to play. The crowd comes to their feet here in Oklahoma City. SGA off the Holmgren screen. He's got Ant and McDaniels both on. Now to Holmgren. Out to Dort, right back to SGA where it all started. Gilgeous-Alexander sitting on 37 points. Bounce past Dort, up top. Lou Dort on a drive. Kick out Holmgren, right side. Wide open look at a 3, and he drains it. Chet Holmgren answers Ant's big 3 with one of his own. Wolves are down by 4. McDaniels with it, off to DiVincenzo. Dante on a drive, inside, puts up the shot. It got blocked. SGA with the rebound, and he gets trampled by Julius Randle. SGA is going to the free throw line to seal this thing with 26.8 seconds left. Two free throws coming up for the MVP. Chet Holmgren with a hard-charging Rudy Gobert drains the biggest shot of the night. And a rare miss at the free throw line for Gilgeous-Alexander, who's now 12 of 14 on his free throw attempts. It's right around what SGA is averaging. The last 6 games against the Wolves, he's averaging 13 free throw attempts per game. You just can't keep him off the stripe. Thunder goes smaller here, taking Holmgren off to get Caruso on, but they get more defensive. SGA hits the free throw, and it's 109-104. 26.8 seconds left. This is when all those little things that went wrong that we've talked about throughout the evening come back to bite you. You're down by 5 now with 26.8 left. You'd love to take back some of those missed free throws, some of those turnovers, some of the fouls. Jaden McDaniels is off the floor. Randle to trigger in far side, struggling to get it in, and finally lobs it back door. Dante makes the catch, and they call a 5-second inbound on Julius Randle. Ant stopped at midcourt. I think he forgot that he could go into the backcourt. So McDaniels in, Conley out. Ants all over SGA and fouls him right off the inbound with 24.9 left. 38 for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander tonight. We mentioned his 16th 30-point game. 16 times in 19 games, SGA has had 30 or more points. First free throw's up and in. He's only had more than 40 once, but that was a 55-point double overtime win over Indiana. A career high 55. 110-104. And he's got a 40-point game here tonight. 46-6. Naz Reid triggers in, and with 24 seconds left, Ants coming up the floor. He'll drive down the lane, and he got fouled from behind by Cason Wallace. Sam Presti is in his customary spot up the tunnel here, watching everything going on. He is the mastermind behind everything that happens here in Oklahoma City. Ant too strong on the free throw. Wolves missed 15 points. Missed 15 free throws tonight. Timeout, Oklahoma City. Well, while the Wolves were up in Phoenix and up in Sacramento and faltered down the stretch, this time they were tied 101-101 with 3:08 left. And since that point, the Wolves have gone 1 for 5 from the field, 1 of 4 from the free throw line with 3 turnovers. And their offense really had started to click in the second half. You know, at that point, they had outscored the Thunder 62 to 52. Played a really good second half, but you got to finish off the job. And those numbers I just read you, 1 of 5 from the field, 1 of 4 from the free throw line with 3 turnovers, those are very similar numbers to what we saw down the stretch against Sacramento and Phoenix. It's got to improve. And it will. But right now, the Wolves are in a rut at the end of games, not being able to close it out. They played really well here tonight, but they'll lament the missed free throws. They'll lament the turnovers, which just gifted OKC a bunch of points tonight, 20 points off of turnovers. And don't get me wrong, some of those are earned, but you just can't have 16 turnovers. The Wolves had to keep that number low. At least 4 less. They got crushed in the paint, and they've just cost themselves with some silly fouls along the way. They have as many fouls as they do assists tonight. Inbound, Caruso, back to Holmgren, bounce pass Dort. He will jam it for 2 with 13.3 left. So 113-105. Naz will stop and pop on a 3 straight away. No good. Jaden McDaniels the rebound. Now to Dante. Left angle 3 on the way. That's short. Holmgren the rebound. And the first meeting of the season between these Northwest Division rivals goes to the Thunder. They win on the home floor. 113-105 is the final. Stay tuned. Our post-game show gets underway next all across the Minnesota Timberwolves radio network.